Hey everybody, welcome back to our daily Bible reading time. Thank you so much for joining us again. And this is day 270 of our chronological journey through the Bible in a year. And we're still in the book of Nehemiah, and we have 2 chapters to cover this time, chapters 6 and 7. So if you're ready to go ahead and get comfortable and settle in, and let's begin. Attempts to discourage the builders. Chapter 6. When Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem the Arvi, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had rebuilt the wall, and that no gap was left in it, though at that time I had not installed the doors in the city gates, Sanballat and Geshem sent me a message. Come, let's meet together in the villages of the Ono Valley. They were planning to harm me. So I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing important work and cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and go down to you? 4 times they sent me the same proposal, and I gave them the same reply. Sanballat sent me the same message a 5th time by his aide, who had an open letter in his hand. In it was written, It is reported among the nations, and Geshem agrees, that you and the Jews plan to rebel. This is the reason you are building the wall. According to these reports, you are to become their king, and have even set up the prophets in Jerusalem to proclaim on your behalf, there is a king in Judah. These rumors will be heard by the king, so come, let's confer together. Then I replied to him, There is nothing to these rumors you are spreading. You are inventing them in your own mind. For they were all trying to intimidate us, saying, They will drop their hands from the work, and it will never be finished. But now, my God, strengthen my hands. Attempts to intimidate Nehemiah. I went to the house of Shmaiah, son of Delaiah, son of Mehetabel, who was restricted to his house. He said, Let's meet at the house of God, inside the temple. Let's shut the temple doors, because they're coming to kill you. They're coming to kill you tonight. But I said, Should a man like me run away? How can someone like me enter the temple and live? I will not go. I realized that God had not sent him, because of the prophecy he spoke against me. Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. He was hired so that I would be intimidated, do as he suggested, sin, and get a bad reputation in order that they could discredit me. My God, remember Tobiah and Sanballat for what they have done, and also the prophetess Noadiah and the other prophets who wanted to intimidate me. The wall completed. The wall was completed in 52 days, on the 25th day of the month Elul. When all our enemies heard this, all the surrounding nations were intimidated and lost their confidence, for they realized that this task had been accomplished by our God. During those days, the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and Tobiah's letters came to them. For many in Judah were bound by oath to him, since he was a son-in-law of Shechaniah, son of Arah, and his son Jehohanan had married the daughter of Meshulam, son of Berechiah. These nobles kept mentioning Tobiah's good deeds to me, and they reported my words to him. And Tobiah sent letters to intimidate me. The exiles return. Chapter 7. When the wall had been rebuilt, and I had the doors installed, the gatekeepers, singers, and Levites were appointed. Then I put my brother Hanani in charge of Jerusalem, along with Hananiah, commander of the fortress, because he was a faithful man who feared God more than most. I said to them, do not open the gates of Jerusalem until the sun is hot, and let the doors be shut and securely fastened while the guards are on duty. Station the citizens of Jerusalem as guards, some at their posts and some at their homes. The city was large and spacious, but there were few people in it, and no houses had been built yet. Then my God put it into my mind to assemble the nobles, the officials, and the people to be registered by genealogy. I found the genealogical record of those who came back first, and I found the following written in it. These are the people of the province who went up among the captive exiles, deported by King Nebuchadnezzar of Babel. Each of them returned to Jerusalem and Judah, to his own town. They came with Zerubbabel, Yeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Raamiah, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Misperet, Bigvai, Nehum, and Baanah. The number of the Israelite men included Parosh's descendants, 2,172. Shvatiah's descendants, 372. Arah's descendants, 652. Pahat Moab's descendants, Yeshua's and Joab's descendants, 2,818. Satu's descendants, 845. Sakai's descendants, 760. Benui's descendants, 648. Bevai's descendants, 628. Asgad's descendants, 2,322. Adonikam's descendants, 667. Bigvai's descendants, 2,067. Adin's descendants, 655. Ater's descendants of Hezekiah, 98. Hashum's descendants, 328. Bezai's descendants, 324. Harif's descendants, 112. Gibeon's descendants, 95. Bethlehem's and Netophah's men, 188. Anatot's men, 128. Beth Asmavet's men, 42. Kiryat Yearim's, Kephirah's, and Beerot's men, 743. I tell you sometimes. Ramah's and Gevah's men, 621. Michmah's men, 122. Bethel's and Ai's men, 123. The other Nebo's men, 52. Harim's people, 320. Jericho's people, 345. Lod's, Hadid's, and Ono's people, 721. Senaah's people, 3,930. The priests included Yedaiah's descendants of the house of Yeshua, 973. Imer's descendants, 1,052. Pashhur's descendants, 1,247. Harim's descendants, 1,017. The Levites included Yeshua's descendants of Kadmiel, Hodivah's descendants, 74. The singers included Asaph's descendants, 148. The gatekeepers included Shallum's descendants, Ater's descendants, Talmon's descendants, Akub's descendants, Hatitah's descendants, Shovai's descendants, 138. The temple servants included Sihah's descendants, Hasupha's descendants, Tabaoth's descendants, Keros's descendants, Siah's descendants, Padon's descendants, Lebanah's descendants, Hagavah's descendants, Shalmai's descendants, Hanan's descendants, Gidel's descendants, Gahar's descendants, Reaiah's descendants, Resin's descendants, Nekodah's descendants, Gazam's descendants, Usah's descendants, Paseah's descendants, Besai's descendants, Meonim's descendants, Nephishessim's descendants, Bakbuk's descendants, Hakupvah's descendants, Harhur's descendants, Baslit's descendants, Mehidah's descendants, Harshah's descendants, Barko's descendants, Sisera's descendants, Tema's descendants, Nesiah's descendants, Hatipha's descendants. The descendants of Shlomo's servants included Sotai's descendants, Sopher's descendants, Perida's descendants, Yahalah's descendants, Darkon's descendants, Gidel's descendants, Shephatiah's descendants, Hatiz's descendants, Bokeres Hasebaim's descendants, Ammon's descendants, all the temple servants and the descendants of Shlomo's servants, 392. The following are those who came from Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but were unable to prove that their ancestral families and their lineage were Israelite. Delaiah's descendants, Tobiah's descendants, and Nekodah's descendants, 642. And from the priests, the descendants of Hobaiah, the descendants of Hakos, and the descendants of Barzillai, who had taken a wife from the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite, and who bore their name. These searched for their entries in the genealogical records, but they could not be found, so they were disqualified from the priesthood. The governor ordered them not to eat the most holy things until there was a priest who could consult the Urim and Thummim. The whole combined assembly numbered 42,360, not including their 7,337 male and female servants, as well as their 245 male and female singers. They had 736 horses, 245 mules, 435 camels, and 6,720 donkeys. Some of the family heads contributed to the project. The governor gave 1,000 gold coins, 50 bulls, and 530 priestly garments to the treasury. Some of the family heads gave 20,000 gold coins and 2,200 silver minas to the treasury for the project. The rest of the people gave 20,000 gold coins, 2,000 silver minas, and 67 priestly garments. The priests, Levites, gatekeepers, temple singers, some of the people, temple servants, and all Israel settled in their towns. May the Lord bless the reading and study of His Word.